around. She always walks around with a blimp tied to her
Welcome
backpack.
to Pre-Rex Senior Retrospective. What?
Yeah, she's always getting carried away by the wind because she has like a blimp tied to her backpack.
Can we
Stop.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Welcome to the Pre-Rex Senior Show.
Okay.
That's her line, man.
Yeah, I'm your Andy Cohen. Alright.
I don't know who that is.
Alright, we're gonna get started.
Is that the third Cohen brother?
No.
It's an E thing.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Can I do
Ah,
the suit?
thank
Can I be Joel McHale?
No, because I'm Andy Cohen. You guys are the
Where's the
housewives.
Can I be Joel McHale?
No, you're the housewife.
You know, it's just.
I don't want to be a housewife. I
Okay.
don't want to be
We
scared.
have enough promo material here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pre-recorded late night show.
There's just cream cheese on the floor.
Thanks, Walmart.
Of the sexy Christmas time burlesque.
Hi, welcome to the pre-recorded late night show Senior Retrospective. I'm Leah, the executive producer, and here we've got our lovely cast. Jeff, our host, Laurel, and Ben Kreider.
Oh, so Jeff gets a title, but we don't.
No.
I don't know.
I don't even get a last name.
I did Ben Kreider because I thought Kreider, but I
Yeah,
thought I should do your first name.
that's fair.
I didn't do Collins either.
Yeah,
Jeff
but you had a
Collins,
host.
Laurel O'Rourke, Ben Kreider, no title for anybody.
Except for me as the host.
And this is Leah Williams. Did you say that?
I did say that.
Executive producer Liam Williams, please.
Executive producer.
Give her all the credit
Yeah.
that's credit's due. She has to
it's
deal with a lot
First
this
semester
year.
senior right now.
Yes, it's in my email signature, so respect that.
I just took
Um,
lead writer out of mine.
So
That isn't a true for semesters.
let's.
I didn't.
It's on my LinkedIn. So let's talk about how we all got started on the show. If we want to go down the couch, I guess I could start. I started pre-rec when I was a freshman. In the some older people were running it, and I just ran camera and was side bit parts of just when they needed warm bodies and when they needed a bunch of freshmen to die or yeah.
Keep in mind, they do all practical effects.
Oh yeah, it was. I
I've had to
died
send
in East
Leah
College.
to the hospital many times.
Many a scars. Just.
Yeah, I'm covered in prereq scars.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
I have a lot of mental prereq scars.
Don't we all?
Those were in the days when they could get underclassmen to do prereq, somehow. So, and I just kind of kept doing it. When someone else who's younger took it over our sophomore year, I helped him a lot do it, and I just kept doing it. Kept doing prereq. I just never quit, I guess. So I'm still here. Kreider, what about you?
Yeah, I got involved my sophomore year when Jeremy Boyd was restarting it after all the seniors had left. I originally came on as the guitar player and sort of the
Band leader?
the band leader, also I can't even think of his name right now. But
Paul Schaefer?
who's Paul Schaefer?
He's David Letterman's. He was the keyboard player. He's on
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah, okay,
That
so
guy.
we'll call me that. We'll call
He was
me
also
Paul
on
Schaefer.
Hercules.
Mm-hmm. And a 1972 Toronto production of Godspell. I'm just...
Really? Now?
You know a lot about that.
Again, we're just giving
giving
Kreider
some
just
context.
personal ideas and context.
Yeah, but anyways, I went from being the band leader to being a writer and an actor, and I just stayed on. Didn't want to see the show die, so yeah.
Yeah.
Me. I also joined my freshman year, did a lot of side bits and crew helping. Hi. And did that. Leah told me to quit my sophomore year,
And tell her to quit. I encouraged her not to come back.
and she said she would also do the same. Did not.
I did not know.
She still used all of my stuff though.
She had an SD card. What can I say?
So I have a lot of behind the scenes footage on my MacBook, and then I came back my junior year because I was like, Leah, why you gotta do me like this? And here I am now, clawed my way to the top. The break in the middle.
Yeah, so I, along with Leo and Laurel, started my freshman year, but I've been here the entire time since then. Something that I guess Leah can kind of say, maybe, if we want to include that semester abroad. I mean, yes, it is cool that I've been here since the beginning, but as Laurel and Leah said, started off just doing bit parts freshman year because that's really all that there was for freshmen when we started off in pre-rec. And then from there took a larger role as an actor, and then second semester came around, sophomore year, and picked up the hosting position from there until I guess this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though we really
Even though we don't.
we don't really
that.
do that much anymore. Yeah, it's a figurehead. It's like the
Yeah.
Queen of England type, I guess.
Yeah, the Queen of England.
Jeff's our
Jeff's Queen
Yes,
Elizabeth.
queen.
So do you guys want to talk about your favorite episode?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jeff, what's your favorite episode?
This is actually a really tough one
Yeah.
because I think we actually have done a lot of really good bits, a lot of good episodes in our time together here at pre-rec.
Aw.
Personally, though, and again, this is strictly a personal thing. I think it has to be the Jeff Collins on Speed episode, the Mandy Britton wedding
Wedding
and Toby
episode.
That
J.
is a great episode.
Just because.
I got to sing in Yiddish.
I think honestly, I think that was one of our best episodes with both the main story and also our side bits.
Yeah.
And also, it was fun just how every line was just something prior to something. Laurel said something, and then just Jeff, and then the line was written, does something on Speed.
That's how we wrote our script. It's very short.
I think my favorite part of that episode is when you did the Benjamin whatever thing from The Graduate, where you're like,
Yeah, so we go from The Graduate, I'm pounding I object, and I run down. I think I might have done a somersault, maybe, at least in my mind. In my line at this point, I think I did a somersault. I think you fell. I object! I object! Ugh.
Get it together, Jeff. You're ruining this wedding.
And then it just transitions into Jesse Spano
Yeah.
from Saved by the Bell. One sec.
Is that Speed, Jeff? You can't take Speed.
Oh, I'm sorry, the wedding. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, Jeff.
But I was just so excited.
You
just
were so excited
scared.
to do that bit.
You just.
How much you'd say about it?
That was
I don't
a
know what to
very
tell you.
fun episode to film.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that episode is you with the baby.
I just
my
was
God.
bouncing on the.
Yeah, you're just bouncing it on the ground, and then you're like, okay, what about if Jed Bartlett met Ronda Rousey?
I like bringing pop culture into pre-rec.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because Lord knows no one else does it.
Yeah.
well, we always have to cut references. I feel like when we're writing it, we're like, let's just make
No
it
one knows.
references. What are we doing right now in our lives? Westworld. Game of Thrones.
Laurel, what's one of your favorite episodes?
My favorite episode is A New Host, which was one of our first ones in the new format, scripted format. I think it was, again, a really solid one with the main episode and the sketches that we had with that. So that's my favorite. I love the montage. You too. And then also my drunk history.
I
It's a
love
little.
Dark History.
It was awesome. So here's to Hams and Fireball and Chotch and DePaw Swallows shirts and tits. Because DePaw doesn't swallow. Because DePaw does swallow. Spitters are quitters. Here's to Monon. I love Monon. Best time of the year.
Let's talk a little about the background for Drunk History.
So for Drunk History of the Monon Belt, it was our Monon episode, our junior year. I was the only one that was 21 yet, and we still went to Drunk History, and we were like, let's have someone act drunk. And I said, why? I'll go to Walmart, buy some Fireball, and be drunk on camera. And that's the last I remember.
She had to call me to help her take her shoes off. She called me and I went to her room and she couldn't get them off. They didn't have laces.
No, they were like they were just boots that you just slid your foot into.
She couldn't get them off.
I will say that I think one of the greatest parts about that episode, and specifically about Laurel's drunk history bit, was that was the first
And only
fan mail that we got. It was not positive.
No, it was not.
It was 2004?
2007.
Oh, 2007 grad.
2007 grad.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. But you guys can talk about it while
Yeah, we got a hate comment.
It was very sexually and racially explicit.
And homophobic.
I think they said something about waving lesbian panties around like flag.
Dancing around in your rainbow underwear.
Right.
And your for your lesbian causes,
Your
like
lesbian
underwater
causes.
basket weaving, I
Yeah.
think was one of them.
And
It
then
was-
they
Which
just
I
told us,
wasn't
like,
aware was a lesbian thing.
Yeah.
My camp counselors always talked about that as an activity. And then that was an all boys camp, so.
Okay. I found it. It's in 2 pictures, so you'll have to go. Who wants to? Did you want to read it out loud?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah. And it's in 2 pictures.
Yeah.
Dear DePaul, you're fat, you're slow, you're weak. Your players who aren't fat are bony-armed geeks, except most geeks are smart. The way you play football isn't even acceptable in most middle schools. Your optional weight training program is getting you nowhere, as well as your coach, Billy Lynch, who peaked in high school at Chittard. That's pronounced shit yard. It's not. You think that having female students makes up for your lack of ability to win. Funny, I never thought of losing as an attractive quality. You must have some very desperate, not to mention hideous, females of the species who attend your pathetic school. Everybody knows guys gets tons of pussy. They all call them females of the species.
Or skate.
Or skate. Or skate.
Sorry. Maybe if you spent more time in the weight room and less time basket weaving and dancing around in your rainbow striped underwear for lesbian causes,
Favorite hobby.
you might actually have the physical stamina to be on your feet after 4 quarters. But no, you resort to cheap shots and late hits after we already scored on you, only proving how much you don't deserve to be on the same field as us. There is no other technical term for you other than pussy, plain and simple. You have no bragging rights, you have no merits. Wabash always fights. Paul Smith, Wabash class of 2008 PS. I don't have to hide behind a made-up screen name. I'll just tell you who I am straight up. Why? Because unlike you, DPU, I've got a pear in my sack and a spine to match. 2 things that aren't even in your vocabulary, you dykes. I'd like to point out, spelled dykes like a dam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a little Dutch boy sticking his finger.
I don't think we hit under like pen names or suit. Like I feel like we all put our real names.
All of our characters are just our names.
My actual name is Jeff Collins. Laura Ben
Yeah.
Bryan, Leah, like
We didn't use pseudonyms.
No,
Yeah, it's-
our names are tied to the opening credits, to the closing credits, everything.
Your guys' character names are your real names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that is.
I don't think there's any big surprises, right? Unless does anyone have a big reveal on this final episode?
Yes,
His name
I admit it. I am the Lindbergh baby.
Oh my god.
Well, I was gonna say I have had
Go.
some work done since the first episode, freshman
Oh, of
year
course.
until now.
You still got the
Oh,
cheers
back when you
sweatshirt,
looked like
though.
Tommy Wiseau.
Possibly, I think I might have left it at home.
Aww.
I know
That's
I'm upset. I
staple.
haven't been able to bust it out this semester.
Man, that's a bummer.
It was a bummer.
Did you wear it in this year's Halloween episode?
I don't think so.
You didn't? Okay.
I wore that.
No, because the
freshman-
Halloween one
freshman.
was Stranger Things.
Oh,
Yeah, I wore the
Really?
rugby shirt.
That
which
one-
apparently didn't fit my character.
I thought it worked.
I thought we all looked
Were
very
you
cute.
Will Byers?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I
who
was-
you were.
That was many hams cases ago,
Janet?
Crider.
Janice? Winona Ryder?
The one that's crazy,
I
but not
screamed
really
at a
crazy.
light. I've never watched Stranger Things. I was just told how to dress.
Yeah. What I like about that comment that I feel like we forgot before we revisited it right before this episode was not what I like, but we just like forgot how offensive it was.
There was a lot was
We like laugh about it all the time, but you go back and read it, it's
Read it.
like that's very.
Well, this was
Ooh,
in
boy.
This was in 2000 and no,
But the year
2015
15.
or our
Yeah.
junior years.
Yeah.
Was it okay to say that stuff back?
No.
But here's the
No.
thing. This is what I'm most surprised about is that this man graduated from college 7 years
Yes.
before this, this episode aired.
Yeah.
And the fact that 7 years removed from Wabash, he felt this passionately about a skit that a bunch of 20-some-odd-year-old DePaul college
The oldest
kids
Did you
person
peek, pal?
was just
21.
like literally a few months into being 21.
Yeah.
But he was like, the world needs to hear this, and just
Hey, at least
I need to cyberbully them and call them dykes.
At least
their
we know
lesbian
we're
causes.
reaching. At least we know we're reaching beyond the normal
Yes,
college
yeah.
demographic.
Wow.
Paul Smith.
we made
reached
it.
Paul
We made it
Smith.
outside of the DePaul bubble.
Right?
That's what
They
all
think
anyone
that-
can hope for.
Proof that the DePaul bubble doesn't exist.
Paul Smith.
Paul Smith, Wabash class of 2007,
2008 to you.
8.
Thank you, Paul Smith.
Thank you for being our #1 fan. We will send you a gift basket with some swag.
It'd also be a signed copy of all of our headshots.
Yeah. Yes.
What, Kreider, is your favorite
Wait, let me
episode
finish
of Pre-Rec?
laughing. Well, my favorite episode of Pre-Rec is the upcoming 2-part special series finale.
Is it really?
No.
And this is also going to air after that.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck.
that was a good, product.
I was trying to give a
placement for
plug.
something that
I was
already
trying to
come,
give a
yes.
tie-in. Yeah, I think my favorite episode might be PR.
I love PR.
That's
That was
just
a good
such a fun episode. We've got the slow motion shot with the
Yes.
how to save a life.
Step one, you say we need to talk. He walks, you say sit down, it's just talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right on through.
And I got to come up with this bizarre backstory for like my
Your dad?
I've come to a very strange result, and I just can't support unless. No. Hello, son. Dad?
Words to say. How do I teach him?
who was played by our only character actor, Colin Bradshaw.
Colin
Hey,
Bradshaw.
the infamous character actor Colin Bradshaw.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
He's had
absolutely.
multiple roles on this show.
Most of them being my boyfriend.
I loved PR. I liked when you were super sad that Kobe died.
Nothing is like true love like the bond between two Sigma Chi's though.
You're
Like,
right.
You can't.
In hope.
That wasn't.
In hope.
That wasn't
Am I right?
acting. In hope.
I will say, I think one of my favorite lines from
Derby all the days.
from PR was when Kobe is dying and it's a little bit of Lord of the Rings and a little bit DePaul Sigma Chi. Just remember the Zai, Mr. Kobe. Remember the Zai, Mr. Kobe. The taste of warm hams on a Saturday morning. The taste of warm hams on a Saturday morning.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at
Very
my notes.
And that is true. No one. There's no such thing as true love other than two Sigma Chi's
Between,
loving each other.
especially Zai's.
Two Zais, just don't even try.
Don't
Don't
even
try
the Zai. Don't try the Zai.
I'd love if we would move on.
I really like when you convince Talby that you're
Fight Club.
that you're Tyler
Oh my
Durden.
The
God.
next time on Pre-Rec Fight Club.
Yes, I love that's one of my favorite bits in an episode that I also
We're
really
gonna make soap, Tolby. You're not your fucking cat, Tolby.
I mean, I've talked about this in the past, but those next time on Pre-Rec bits, I think are so funny to
They're
film.
so fun.
They're great.
Because you just need like one joke that you can extrapolate out for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. And I love the one where Talby beats himself up.
I also like the music that you put behind it.
It's just, I mean,
Again,
it's just
all of the musical choices in all of our episodes
Are by me.
are not by Laurel, but are actually by Leah right here.
Well, except for the ones where I edited.
This season, though,
Yeah.
I will.
I haven't
I will
edited
say,
in, like,
along
2
with
seasons.
along with the Pixies in the Fight Club reference, I really like the.
Goodbye Horses.
The Goodbye Horses.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bill song that plays in
What?
the end of season 9. I think it's the finale of season 9.
It's the Christmas one.
episode.
The Christmas episode, yeah.
Because it's when we find out Talby had a Christmas dinner with everybody.
Those, I think that's the same episode with the next.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Pre-Reco.
2 really great musical moments. But I really like the Goodbye Horses on that one.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's really
It's
cool.
just very funny. Next, we were gonna say, do you guys want to talk about your characters and how you decided upon them?
Sure, why don't you start?
Oh yeah, my character. Sometimes I come in and tell them they have no budget.
Really deep. Really the pinnacle of writing over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once I told them Jerica had a nervous breakdown.
And once you told us we had 24 hours to do an episode.
I did
Yeah.
same episode. And once I told you can't do Buffalo Bill Cosby.
That's right, yeah.
That's a great.
I really
Which
Still
is-
stand by that.
Would you like to do it for our audience right now?
No, not right now.
Are they ready?
No.
I
I
had
think
a,
we got one more year.
Look, I'll explain the bit. I won't do it. But I had, before the whole Bill Cosby thing, I just had like a mashup, Buffalo Bill Cosby. So it was like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs plus Bill Cosby. The very same year I came up with that, it became all too real, and I could no longer do the impression, which was disappointing.
It was a pretty good bit. But anyway, so yeah, sometimes I just pop in as an authority figure. That's my character. I've been in like 3 episodes. What's your character?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of our characters sort of take elements from our real lives and blow them up beyond normal proportions.
Mm-hmm.
I started out as the band leader, but when we went into the sitcom,
Right.
my character became more of a weird older dude that had just gotten out of jail and was a method actor, which we dropped that pretty quick.
Yeah,
we
we
dropped that
used it
by
for
like
like
the
a
next
few,
season.
An episode and a half.
Yeah. But after that, my character pretty quickly spiraled into like communist, very anti-capitalist,
Left wing,
extremist, paranormal enthusiast.
But then I think sometimes if you weren't there while we were writing, and this kind of happened to everybody, but we would write jokes that were like
super based in the character that.
But super based in the reality.
See, that's what I was
in which
gonna
we
say. In the reality, we would like poke fun at you while you weren't there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you would have to say the line.
Kreider would say something pretentious, and we would hyperbolically add
Right.
to it and make him say something even more pretentious.
Yeah.
Like the salmon.
Yeah, or anything referencing Slavoj Žižek.
Laurel, what about you? What's your character?
My character started off as the cat. Well, I don't think this character trait ever made it to air, but I could be. No, it did.
It did.
It did because the bait. I was like.
cursing thing.
Yeah, I didn't curse, and I wanted to do a base sale. I was the cast mom, super straight-laced. Don't really know when the shift happened, because then I turned into a very proud, very extreme, sexually active woman. Very proud of her body. And I was also supposed to be, like, really mean to Talby, and no one else would notice, and that just didn't really take root. But
Because everybody was really
yeah,
mean to
because it
Slavoj.
was just like everyone liked to be mean to Talby, so we were just like, okay. But yeah, so I really like my character. I think he's a really cool thing. I think sex jokes are really funny, and I think it's just like a cool way to. I do, and I think it's just like a cool way to like incorporate, like show a sexually active woman without like shaming her, making her seem stupid.
Plus, you get to say the word dick, and that's a funny word.
Dick.
You got all those blowjob jokes.
I got
too.
so many blowjob jokes.
Like at least
Baby.
one.
Those all ended her professional career.
Yeah, currently unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
Yeah, so I guess my character initially started off as the straight man of the cast. However, I feel like that quickly sort of transitioned into just a character that was so out of his element. Just everything is just like a conflict. Everything is just so mind blowing to Jeff. You know, the character Jeff,
Yes.
not me as my own person. But then also there was at least 2 or 3 episodes like the new host where I try a bunch of new hosting ideas on. Even the Speedhead episode in which it's just we take this, you know, supposedly normal character and just crank up the intensity.
I tend to think of your character sort of as the Michael Bluth of our group, in that, like, you're kind of just as crazy as everybody else, but you have a veneer of normalcy.
I might be the least crazy, but not really, but openly least crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
But I also think sometimes, and I said this when we talked before, I sometimes think your character is actually the least crazy at like the end of the day. Like I think you sometimes seem crazy, but then it's like Jeff's character will do something like
try to go Westworld.
Right.
Yeah.
My character
Or,
hasn't
like,
really
become
gone
a
off the
mafioso.
rails.
she's never like gone off the rails.
My character stayed pretty true to her.
You're just kind of like,
dick-loving self.
yeah, you're vulgar and you have no like
Filter.
respect for anyone.
Yeah, I don't really care what other people like think.
But you're pretty normal
But,
compared
yeah.
to like me, who went to jail for murdering wiener dogs.
Right, and started an alt-left podcast, and then you started a Westworld in the Nation Park, and I
a
just
recovering
tried.
speed addict.
Yeah, and I just tried to get a second career.
Yeah, you just try to be a singer.
Yeah,
which is
I-
not that insane.
Right.
Although your issues with religion do kind of befuddle me a little bit.
Oh, I forgot. 'cause we
There's
did that
one scene where I
Are you
get
there
very
yet?
religious.
Well, you also talk about sliding into Jesus' DMs, if I'm correct.
But I mean, who wouldn't if they had
Right.
the chance?
If I had the chance, I'd slide.
The
into
man
Jesus'
died
DMs.
for his sins. Don't think he deserves a
Also,
How about this? What's your guys' favorite like behind the scene joke or continuing
I mean,
joke?
now
that we
it's
would-
fucking
This is my new favorite. That we would do that never really made it into an episode, or maybe hints of it made into an episode, but it was just like a joke that we thought was really funny that we would do a lot.
Well, I mean,
Tell them.
obviously, Buffalo Bill Cosby.
That is hinted. That is almost like a stand-up bit of yours, though, more so.
Yeah,
like,
it really is sort of just part of my routine.
Tall daddy.
Tall daddy. Tall
It's
daddy.
really just me calling anyone daddy.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Why, daddy?
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Jeff, what's your favorite inside joke?
This is actually this is a real tough one.
Yeah.
But I think the two that probably have to take the cake is the sort of on along to the Buffalo Bill Cosby. It's sophomore year, I think before Laurel joined the show.
Like rejoined.
Yeah, rejoined. It was there was an episode idea that not an episode idea, but a skit idea that I always pitched, which was Pre-Rec tries to make a bit that is so insensitive that the Huffington Post and BuzzFeed write an article about
Yeah,
it.
because we decided to try and get famous not for being funny,
But for being
but for
just
being offensive.
offensive. And it was always just like, how would we set this up? Like, how would we think about it?
But we had a hard time writing it without being actually.
No, because
Yeah.
I really don't think you can.
I don't think so either.
But it was either that or really since about sophomore year, junior year, there's been we just need to do a rumors-esque Fleetwood Mac behind the laughter documentary. And
It
that's
just never got.
It's sort of based in reality.
Not anyone still on the cast.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I
What?
forgot.
Yeah.
Different members of the cast have intermingled,
Yes. They've fraternized.
and we
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
For your-
keep that in. Hey, can you keep that in?
You gotta bleep the name.
Keep that in.
Actually, you gotta cut that out.
No.
She might still
we'll
watch
bleep
these.
the name. We'll bleep the name, and we'll keep that.
No, please cut that out.
we should cut that out.
No, I'll cut it out, but that was shocking.
No, I think you need to
Did
like.
you guys know?
Play
Just Kreider parts and
just Kreider part.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
I
there,
was
are
talking
some,
about someone else.
there are some faces I'm gonna
There's
miss.
someone else.
So next I have controversy down.
Well, the rumors that's documentary.
No, I have that as a different bullet point.
Yeah. Well, the controversy, I think when we were planning the show, we were going to talk about the comment.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about comment and then
The rumblings.
The rumblings.
We've
We've made some enemies. Not as many as recent DePaul media people.
No, but
We're looking at you, the source.
sometimes we have pushed the line as far as what we are allowed.
Push it
to say on
limit,
D3CB's
limit.
YouTube.
It's usually what I say.
That's true.
Again,
It's really usually only what I say.
blowjob jokes in corporate life apparently don't mix, kids. Remember that.
Oil and
Because
water.
no one in corporate America has ever given a blowjob
Or-
for any reason.
Blow your way to the middle is my
Motto.
my motto.
If you take anything from this
If you take
retrospective,
any-
Blow your way to the middle.
Blow
Yeah.
your way to the middle. Fuck your way to the top.
yeah. But you
Life
gotta play
lessons
with-
from Laurel O'Rourke, and that's staying in the documentary.
We're keeping that.
My parents are so proud of me.
He just admitted being drunk on camera. Now the fucking comment.
Yeah.
My parents watched one episode and they disowned me.
My parents have not once seen one.
My parents want to, but I'm just like, no.
My
Once I asked
parents
my
actually
mom-
really like it and they show it around all the time, which makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, just that's not even. Don't do that.
I asked my parents once, why don't they watch it? My mom called me and was like, "I'll watch it right now. Send it to me. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "You don't have to do that." I was just
I don't
curious.
send it to them anymore because they got real uncomfortable after a joke I made once, and I was like,
Never mind.
My parents think you're
What's the joke?
hilarious.
I think it was a blowjob joke.
Almost always is.
So we've had very
What
mild
comes out of my mouth is
controversy.
the same that goes in. So,
Baby. We've had very little serious controversy though, just like mild.
talking twos.
Yeah.
We haven't been written up in the DePaul 4 separate times.
I mean, the rumblings of buildings weren't big enough to get us kicked off of
Multiple.
D3 TV
Yeah,
or
or
any other
jury.
form. Of
I honestly
media.
wish we rumbled a little more after this week.
Yeah.
We should have rumbled more.
Our views would have gone up
We could have been DePaul's Howard Stern.
I wanted to be in the paper.
multiple times.
We're seniors. We're graduating. This is the end of prereq for us.
Probably forever.
We
Don't
didn't
be
need
so
to say
negative.
that.
At least
It's
not until the
very
next
great.
time on prereq
Yeah.
for this episode.
So, do you guys have any final words?
Sure.
Yeah, I've had some of the best times in my life on the show, and I wouldn't trade my time here for anything. I've made some of the best friends that I've ever known, some really wonderful people. Yeah, I guess keep being funny, keep making jokes, and don't do as much speed as Jeff.
Yeah.
For me, prereq has been like a really great opportunity to really explore something that I didn't know I was so passionate about.
Blowjobs.
Absolutely. And really just exercise that creative muscle, and it kind of just has proven to me that if you do something you're passionate about, it's never a chore. It's never hard to come to a meeting. It's actually very fun and often the highlight of my week, just being able to sit and talk for like an hour and a half about anything and then make something out of it. It doesn't feel like work. So I'm really appreciative of these last few years I've had. So
Oh, okay.
most with the last words.
Absolutely. I'll use my last little bit of power to defer that one.
Yeah, I would say it was always like one of my favorite parts of the week, even when I super didn't want to go. It was always really fun. I still think it's kind of just funny that this was even a thing that we were, for a group of fairly lazy people, it's incredible.
We met pretty consistently.
We met twice
Yeah.
a week.
Got things done.
We did it
most of the time.
most of the time. And it's kind of just funny that we were able to consistently do this for as long as we did. And I also think, like you said, like even though it's just kind of a fun thing we did, I feel like I developed real skills doing it, like leadership skills and emailing skills, but like filming and editing. And I just think it was a valuable experience.
Plus, not to mention, I think we really made some good stuff.
Yeah.
Some of those sketches are really funny.
Yeah.
Some of the full episodes are great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm proud of some of the stuff that we've made.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I would say that coming into college, I knew I wanted to do something like this. Yeah, I knew I wanted to
I thought you wanted to be an engineer.
Well, I mean, that was part of it, but I also wanted to be a creative engineer. So I knew I wanted to do some form of like late night, like some sort of comedy group type mentality. And I was actually kind of surprised when I came here and saw the prerequisite option for that. So that's something that I continued throughout my time because it was something that I enjoyed. But I mean, throughout that time, I've had a lot of fun. So I mean, really, the only things I can say that it has been real, and it has been fun, and truly, it has been real fun doing pre-rec with you guys.
Yeah. Jeff, are you gonna finally tell us you love us?
I most certainly want to.
All right.
Oh.
Tell us
Not
you
a
love
I thought
high
we were
note.
gonna get that.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on.
I most certainly want to.
If we hugged you, would you tell us you love us? Well,
Come on.
Come
yeah,
around.
let's give it
Come
a
on.
shot.
Come on, Jeff.
You big softy, give
Oh,
up.
Jeffy.
Give up.
I won't do it.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
I won't do it. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
What a dork. All right. Well.
Well, I love all of you. And for the last time, this is Jeff Collins saying, for the pre-recorded late night show, take care of yourselves and each other.